Let's do a little refresh. Let's take a little, there we go. There we go. We are live. We're not live on Instagram yet.
You go on live on Instagram later? Is that what you do?
I go on live as soon as we're like dialed in and we're starting, because right now I got to edit these, once we go live, I got to edit this little stream, little setup thing. All right, guys, we're about to be live, so hang tight for us. All right. What is this? Cancel. All right, there we go. There we go.
Today I'm going to try to be nice to the liberals in the chat. Just kidding. I'm not going to be nice. But maybe I won't cuss them out as much. Maybe I won't say too many inappropriate stuff. Hi, Jennifer. Maybe.
What's
Psych.
up? What's up, Jen? All right, we're dialed in on that. And let me see this screen. We got the big screen as well. Okay, cool. So we are looking good, and I think it's time to get the show on the road. Let's go live on Instagram. Ready? 1, 2, 3, boom. We're live on Instagram. Jennifer, you ready? Let's do this. Let's do this. Let me make sure we're on public. All right, we're up there. We're up there, and let's get going. Ready? Boom.
Now, Senator, I look at what we are doing and watching in the first 30 seconds. The leadership wiped out. Now the Supreme Council wiped out. Their ship sunk, and they have no air defense system at all. I'd say it's going rather well.
Sean, in the words of Congresswoman Omar, I love you like a brother. And I want
you to... Bro, already with Mr. Kennedy, bro, Senator Kennedy.
He's so
Oh, my
funny.
God. Hold on. Let me put this back. He says, I love you like a brother. Ilhan Omar. Guys, if you're on Instagram, thank you for joining. We got a good show for you. We're going to talk about some United States politics, and we're going to talk about some Iran politics. We're going to have a fun little stream.
Javid Shah, for sure.
Javid Shah.
If you didn't get that joke, listen to it again. It's about Ilhan Omar, the fraudster.
So Ilhan Omar, as you guys know, she married her brother to get her citizenship or to get her visa or whatever it is. Here we go. Max Star says, look at medication, perfect beard, bro, every time, and I do it myself. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you, sir. All right, let's go. Let's listen to this one more time.
in the words of Congresswoman Omar, I love you like a brother. and I want you to understand I'm not trying to dodge your question. I just want to answer it in a little different way. I don't hate anyone, but I will shed no tears for the Ayatollah Khomeini.
I love that.
It.
I'm going to use that. Bro. I don't hate anyone, but I will shed no tear for the Ayatollah Khamenei.
No one should be crying about that.
I love that. That is so good. What's up, guys? Good to have you guys. Welcome to the stream. We are right on. We're off to a good start because we got our favorite Senator John Kennedy from Louisiana, baby. Let's go.
He won the coin toss, and he elected to receive. And boy, did he receive.
Do you understand why he said that? He won the coin toss and he elected to receive?
No, actually, I don't get that.
Because when we play football,
okay,
and you could toss a coin, right,
Yeah.
to see who gets to pick what they want to
Yeah.
do. If you win the coin toss, and let's say you call heads and it becomes heads,
Okay.
then you could choose: are we going to receive the ball or we're going to kick the ball?
Oh, wait a minute. So in actual American football,
Yes.
they do this
Yes.
on the field?
Yes.
I never watch football, so.
Yeah. So they've won the coin toss and they chose to receive. And the receive they did. Damn, bro. Let's go, baby. That's also for you guys in the chat. If you guys didn't get that, we can we have that little Excellent. Thank you, Donald Trump, for supporting Iranians, bro. Thank you. Mary Sunshine.
Super. Thank you.
If you guys don't know, Iranians are so grateful for Donald Trump for helping us, man. So something that we've been waiting for. You guys know on the chat, we've been talking about this for a very long time. If you guys know me and you've been on my chat. We cannot believe we finally got help. And that help came by way of Mr. Oranges for balls, Donald Trump.
He's gonna say that, right?
He's got big balls. He's Donald Trump, and he's the president that helped us. Jennifer says, I always watch college football. Tails never fails, baby. Yeah, we love you, Iranians from the Philippines.
Oh, thank you. We love you too.
Thank you. And we already got some liberals talking about pedos. Like, it just never fails right away.
Do you think
like
that if
clockwork.
you're that obsessed with the conversation, about pedos, it might be something that you are?
They're obsessed with that.
That's what I'm saying. If they're, I'm talking to them. Like, if you're that obsessed to make every conversation about that, do you actually kind of like put two and two together? It means you kind of
you're the one.
Yeah,
that
like, I don't know why nothing's coming
is the pedo lover. No, I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, it's
but you're
just
trying to be. I told her to be a little bit nicer on the stream, so in case we get flagged by whatever.
No one's gonna flag it.
No,
but
not about
just
no one
so
flagging.
I don't make myself mad. You were saying
You're not just that. I'm saying not really. I really don't care, but about that. Just because YouTube flags it for 18 and over or does something to the stream, it's annoying.
this definitely is an
I've had it happen. I've had it happen plenty of times. Guys, we're ready to rock and roll.
But I'm not promising anything, guys. So
we're ready to rock and roll. I just made this stream subscriber mode only because we just get the losers going crazy talking about their pedo love. They love pedo, so I don't know what
they're disgusting.
Onagian says, we love the brave orange man. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. He's the great white hope.
The great white hope.
Let's go, guys. Let's keep going.
May he rest in pieces.
May he
died-
rest in pieces. May he rest
Little
in pieces.
everywhere.
with the blood of millions of want to answer it, and I want you to understand I'm not trying to dodge your question. I just
Listen
want
to
to
this.
answer it in a little different way. I don't hate anyone, but I will shed no tears for the Ayatollah Khomeini. He won the coin toss, and he elected to receive. And boy, did he receive.
And
May he rest in pieces.
May he rest
Many
in pieces. Boy, did he receive. What did he receive? A good bombing. And
Total annihilation.
May he rest in pieces. Let's go.
He died with the blood of millions of people under his fingernails. Number two, to defeat your adversaries in today's world, you have to have military power. But
What's up, Nurse Terry? What's up, everyone? What's up, Hugh? Love you guys. What's up, man? Good to have you guys all. Welcome to the stream. Let's go. Let's go.
it takes adversaries. Number two, to defeat your adversaries in today's world, you have to have military power. But it takes more than military power. You have to have political will.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one, dude. Political will. And you guys know what he's talking about, right? You have to have a strong military if you're going to do something these days. But even as important, you have to have political will to be able to have the guts to do it against the politics that may come, the backlash.
I think for me, my opinion on that comment is, Trump gets so much shit. He gets so much shit from all different, angles. So for him, he's like, I don't give a F what people think about me. He's like one of the most confident, strongest people that I have heard of. I don't know him, obviously, so I can't say that I know of. But yeah, that I know of. He's just balls of steel.
Yeah, he's got the guts and he's got the political will, and he's got this political will where we know he's okay if you don't like the decision I made and you're not happy with it. It's okay as long as I know I'm making the right decision, or I believe I'm making the right decision for my country and for whatever the overall cause. In this case, it's not just for America, it's also to free the Iranian people. Something they've been begging for years. Benz, thanks for the comment. He says, MAGA for all countries. He is the best president ever, literally saving America and the whole world from violence and destruction.
Where is that comment?
Right here.
Is it on Instagram?
It's on YouTube.
Oh, and which chat?
It's in one of our chats. So we have. By the way, Benz, we have two different live streams going on. We have on YouTube. We have the horizontal, the wide one that you're watching. We also have a skinny vertical, which we have most of the people are there.
So there's
chatting.
more like engagement in there and chats if you would like to talk to other people. But read that again. I really.
You want me to read it again?
Yeah.
Okay. So
what did he say?
He says, I put it on the screen. MAGA for all countries, LOL. He is the best president ever, literally saving America and the whole world from violence and destruction.
Totally. And then there's literally people who hate that, who hate humanity. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were saying President Trump said he's going to help Iranians if the government lays a finger on them when they're innocently protesting, and we weren't sure. So it's, they weren't sure about it. It took a long time, but then finally he came through as he always does.
The guy Kogs on Instagram that said, problem is one snake head leads to 3,000 smaller snakes. Unless you stay in these countries for good, they will always go back to the same old bullshit or BS. I don't believe that. I think that this time there is people that are trying to establish a true, democracy, or whatever they're going to call it. What is it called? Secular democracy?
A constitutional. Well, we're looking at either constitutional republic or some.
Well,
other type
I use democracy in not in like a Democrat Republican term, but they're trying to establish something where Iran will be a part of the Western world, and not be a black hole like it is right now, and separated from the Western world. So I don't think so.
Yep. He's asking if we're a couple. Yes, we are a couple. He says the lady beside you, her skin is glowing. Yep, that's
Thank you.
part of the reasons why I like her.
Oh, is that why?
Yes, that's one of the reasons.
Thank you.
I also have someone in the chat.
He's my fiance. Are you my fiance or am I your fiance? Is this the same word?
I'm your man.
Okay, fine. But yeah, he's gonna be my husband.
Paris Life Journey says, so you don't look at our comments. What does that mean? So you don't
No,
look
we
at
do look at your comments. That's what I was saying.
President Trump had a talked to them and nothing is decided. I don't know what that means.
It's okay. Maybe we don't look at all your comments because some of
Yeah,
them
we
don't
got
make
lots
sense
of comments.
to us.
We have 400 people in our live stream on YouTube right now, plus another, 30 in Instagram. And then we got...
Han said, Sanazi, you mean self-determination. Yes, that's what I mean.
Nice.
Hans usually knows what I mean.
Hans is on it, dude. He knows. He's like
really
he's
smart.
like dialed in really good. I like it. He's with it. Good to see you, Hans.
I have watched 5, 6, 7 presidents. I have watched 5, 6, 7 presidents refuse to stand up to the Ayatollah.
Yeah.
President Trump has. He's got political will. He's got oranges.
He's got political will and he's got oranges. Do we know what that means? For some of the people on
Think really perverted.
He's got Donald Trump has political will and he has oranges instead of, or his, let's go.
And like him or dislike him.
That's right.
The world is safer today because of
Cogs is right. Let's go.
President Trump has. He's got political will. He's got oranges. And like him or dislike him, the world is safer today because of what he has done. Number 3.
Hell yeah. Aiden says, I'm from Louisiana and we love Senator Kennedy.
You're so lucky. I want to be there so I could just like run into him and laugh.
We got Senator Kennedy, bro. He's the greatest, bro. We're glad to have him in our lifetime. Somebody says, Cosmos says, 2 dictators in 2 months, the biggest drug lord, and he released the files and freed Gaza. Bro, let's go.
Oh my God, is that Cosmo, your dog?
My dad's dog's name is Cosmo.
He made an Instagram for him?
Any fair-minded person has to believe that the people running Iran are religious zealots.
Yep.
They are nuts. Any fair-minded person has to believe, has to know that Iran was never going to stop its quest to get a nuclear weapon. Any fair-minded person has to conclude that if the religious zealots, who are 10 exits past normal, ever get a nuclear warhead, they're going to use it.
They're 10 exits past normal, guys. These are the reasons why we love him. Let's go.
I don't want America to be the world's policeman. I don't want the religious nuts in Iran to be either.
Nobody does, bro. And he's right.
No, I'm sorry, but I don't want any religious nut to be any religion, okay? I'm being serious. Any religion. Like, if you're too crazy about it, I don't like that. Like, you could just be religious, but you don't need to be insane about it, you know?
Yep.
Don't do that.
Wow, here we go.
And that's why we did not start a war. We're trying to stop a war. The president is trying to end a war.
Yep.
And it all centers around preventing them from getting a nuclear weapon and the missile technology to deliver it. There's some good people who disagree with what the president has done. I understand that. But if they could have heard what I heard in a classified briefing today from General Kane, from Secretary Rubio, Secretary Hegseth, Director Ratcliffe, in the bowels beneath the Senate in our secure room, they would conclude what I have concluded. I don't know how this will end, but we had to do it. We had to do it, and I thank Donald Trump for doing that.
I'm going to put a disclaimer next time I come on live.
I just wanted to read this guy's comment. D-Man says, I'm going to put it up again. Islam is too in your face. Go pray in your mosque. Don't pray in our streets and workspace. Seriously, it's not a hard ask.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, why are you right in our faces, in our streets, blocking traffic, praying, closing down Times Square?
And don't try to kill your own citizens because they don't want to practice Islam or Islamic, Sharia laws, right?
Yep.
It doesn't make sense.
Exactly. Dahlia says, Khoshkele, love from India. What's up, Dahlia? Good to have you. Good to have you guys.
I have to say this, but this time I'm not going to get mad. No, actually, I'm not going to say it.
Okay. All right, let's keep going.
Leader in the House, the Minority Leader, Hakeem Jeffries, says we're going to lose. Reaction to that?
He's wrong. He's wrong.
He said what?
We've already won.
So the Minority Leader, Hakeem Jeffries.
Why do you guys call it a Minority Leader?
Because of the House, he's a minority. That's what he's considered, a Minority Leader. But he's the one that, Trump did the thing with his sombrero on his head.
Oh, no, I know who it is.
Okay, all right. So he said we're going to lose. He says America's going to lose.
Go. I want to hear that.
Okay, listen.
That's BS.
Leader in the House, the Minority.
Listen.
And the Democratic Leader in the House, the Minority Leader, Hakeem Jeffries, says we're going to lose. Reaction to that?
He's wrong. He's wrong.
Lose what?
We've already won. We will eventually leave Iran after having destroyed their renewed efforts to develop a nuclear weapon, after having destroyed their missile arsenal, after having destroyed their missile launches, after having destroyed their navy, and the good people of Persia will now have an opportunity to pick their own leadership. Hakeem is wrong.
Yeah, baby.
He's like
Senator Kennedy,
wrong.
I wish I had at times your brain. May he rest in pieces.
My favorite thing he said.
Which one? There's a lot.
It's just,
rest in pieces.
I hope he
I
rests.
love my brother.
I hope he rests in pieces. I wish
Toss, and he elected to receive. And boy, did he receive. May he rest in pieces.
I love that. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Fox News alert, the Senate does not have the votes to pass the War Powers Resolution. It would have limited President Trump's actions in Iran. This comes as Democratic lawmakers rip into the president for what they call an illegal war. Watch.
Netanyahu had not found a president stupid enough to drag the United States into that war before.
It is so much worse than you thought.
Whenever I look at a Democrat lawmaker, it just looks like a pure beta male. Can I go back to that? Look at his face, please. Can you guys look at his face? Is that not the definition? If you open the book right now and said beta male.
There's some people that can look like that, and they're
look
not.
at his expression and look at his face, bro. Look at this guy.
Netanyahu had not found a president stupid enough to drag the United
Medi is
States
so mean.
into that war.
Beta male. Beta male.
I hit the buttons on this guy, bro.
Before.
It is so much worse
And
than
then
you
look at the Democrat women
Medi,
doing
stop.
everything they can to look like men. Do they look alike or not? Look at her.
thought
States
And look at him.
into that war
to be worried.
before.
Trump administration has no
brother and
plan than
sister.
you.
Drag the United States into that war before.
It is so much worse than you thought. You are right to be worried. Trump administration has no plan in Iran. This illegal war is based on lies.
When there's no
I agree, Trader Ray. Thank you for the super chat. He said they're Democrats. Not-
Democrats. Demon rats.
I'm like, why can't I read that?
Let me put it on the screen. Trader Ray, thank you for the super chat. He says these Democrats are
They're Democrats.
not an ounce of humanity or integrity. Absolutely.
100%.
Damn right, dude.
Wait,
Set
read
plan.
that again.
Democrats.
They're Democrats.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've heard Democrats, like
Yeah.
rats, but not.
Dahlia.
How come their name is like that? Demon.
Ken also says, I wonder what race she is this week. I think he's talking about what's her name.
Yeah, no, not me. I know.
Yeah, that we were just playing. This why am I spanking? Senator Warren. And then Dahlia says nobody's death is desirable, but if the citizens rejoice their leader's demise, it says volumes about their pain. Absolutely.
I have to respond, though. I have to respond.
Okay.
If you guys are talking about my lips, I invite you to go to my Instagram and go all the way down and look at my lips when I'm in like high school. And then also I have baby pictures. You wish they were fake. You got to see my mom's lips. They're even better.
Oh my God. Are you advertising your mom here?
Yeah, because her lip, and oh, by the way, and she tried to threaten me that she's going to go get lip injections. I said, absolutely.
They're already huge.
They're huge. And I'm like, absolutely.
You guys come factory with big lips from the factory.
It's just like, some people I have big eyes, big lips, yeah.
Okay.
Lies.
When there's no set plan, when you can't hear day after day, we're going to do this, and this, and these are the reasons why. You end up with an endless war.
This is a precedent that is reckless and wrong.
This isn't a war for America. This is Trump's war.
And Gavin Newsom is trying to make a new lane for himself for 2028 by questioning U.S. support for Israel.
Do you think, looking down the road, that the United States should consider maybe, rethinking our military support for Israel?
It breaks my heart because the current leadership in Israel is walking us down that path where I don't think you have a choice but that consideration. Others are talking about it appropriately, sort of an apartheid state.
An apartheid state. I watched his comments. I parsed his statement and writing and still didn't understand what he was saying. Gavin Newsom sounds like he's trying to have it both ways, but he's also taking a much tougher stance on Israel than he has in the past. Why?
Well, it's definitely post October 7th and what had happened in Gaza. That's definitely the current or the vibe of what's going on in the Democratic Party. There was polling out earlier this week or last week that for the first time ever, amongst Democrats, there's more sympathy with Palestinians than with Israelis. And everyone who wants to run for president is going to have to reckon with that. And they're all finding different paths to doing it. I mean, you even see some shifting in how Josh Shapiro talks about Israel and our relationship. And the easiest thing to do is to focus on Netanyahu and his leadership, since Netanyahu isn't particularly beloved by his own people either. So that's kind of a good place to go there.
A bunch of things that weren't true, but okay.
The YouTube
I think in terms of the
channel is
opposite,
called the Rep America for Instagram.
Yeah, it's in the bio of our Instagram,
Your Instagram.
my Instagram. It's called Rep America. It's on your screen.
addition to this, and I mentioned this yesterday as well, that there are Republicans, elected officials like the Todd Youngs of the world, who are concerned about a prolonged conflict. And
Who's your governor? Someone said my governor is an idiot.
It's Gavin Newsom, probably.
a lot of this just has to do, I think, with the timeline.
Right.
If it's a
I'm sure it is.
Honestly, at this point, there's like
short surgical type officials
really
like the
bad
Todd Youngs of the
governors, right?
world who are concerned about a prolonged conflict. And a lot of this just has to do, I think, with the timeline. If it's a short surgical type strike, like what we have seen from President Trump before, that is one thing. And that's, maybe a few weeks. But if this is something getting into the months, certainly heading into election time for a lot of people, they are not going to be supportive of this. So this is the first step that we had one vote on this. I imagine this will continue to come up as time progresses. But that's where I think it is. I don't think anyone disagrees with the idea that you should try to take out the Iranian government in this form. The question is what comes after and how long do people have the stomach to be doing this?
My question for someone like Elizabeth Warren, who seems a little unsophisticated and subjective when she makes these comments, she's starting to sound like Adam Schiff. She goes into a classified briefing and then comes out and goes, "It is so much worse than anything you can imagine." Is she just fear-mongering or trying to raise money?
They all go to these briefings. I had Cruz on last night. He's in the briefing with the Democrats. They're getting briefed by the CIA, the Pentagon, and the State Department. And he says all the Democrats in the briefing room are yelling at the briefers, screaming at them, attacking them. And they're just trying to explain what's going on. And then they run out of the briefing room and they say, "Forever war, no plan, illegal war." It's just a slogan. We are 5 days in.
Propaganda.
And the Democrats and Jessica are like kids in the back of a car ride. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Listen, I don't want it to be a long car ride either, Jessica, but we just pulled out of the driveway. Okay?
Literally. It's like, what day is it? I want to know.
I like the way you said that.
That was so good. But what day is it really? Like, how many days has it been?
I don't know,
No, it was on the 28th. I remember because I said I'm going to mark it in my best day of my life.
Like 4 to 5 days.
Yeah.
A couple things. Someone in the chat is saying, why would we waste our money on a war? Well, first of all, in a lot of cases, we're not wasting a ton of money. We are always spending money for our Navy and our planes and everything to be out there and doing their things. Now with the bombs and different things, of course we are, and in many ways. But we are doing this for the betterment.
I have to pay.
We're doing this for USA. We're doing this for the world. The Islamic Republic of Iran was wishing death to America and was slaughtering Americans on American soil and abroad in our American bases. They were wishing death to America and Israel on an ongoing basis every day, actually, since they were in power in 1979. That's 47 years. I can go on and on and on. The Islamic Republic was funding all these terrorist groups. They created some of these terrorist groups. Houthis they created, and we're talking about also Hezbollah, Hamas, all this stuff. October 7th was a product of the Islamic regime's funding and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, I can go on and on and on.
They threatened the president of the United States, and they said that they wouldn't miss the second time. So
now Democrats wouldn't mind if they did get a president.
Oh, I know. I see the comments. I see their comments on social media.
So another thing that I want to mention real quick
sick.
is Democrats would love the reason Democrats don't want the Islamic regime gone is because the Islamic regime did not like Trump. The second reason why Democrats did and all the leftists in the world did not want us to go in there and get rid of the Islamic regime. The second reason for the whole world even is because everyone will love Trump. All the Iranians will forever be grateful to Trump for doing that.
Yeah.
And now what they've done is they've basically, all of the Iranians, even the ones that were diehard liberals, which were about half of us, now have switched over and are now Republican. And they're on the right.
Who did you just say? Who did you just associate with liberals?
Iranians. Half of Iranians, half of Iranians in the world were liberals.
Yes.
About
or like
half.
Democrats. I don't know about liberals.
They were
yeah.
Democrats.
Yeah.
But now, as a result of what we've done, now they're forever grateful to Trump, America, Israel, and they're now shifted to the right.
Yes, I know four personally, and I see a bunch of comments in Instagram of people saying, "You have my vote. I'm gonna go to the red party now." And it's like, yes, come to us.
Yep. M. Saunders has done a super chat. Thank you, buddy. Let me read this one out. It says, can we please tell Anna Cenk to sit this one out? Anna is losing her mind that Israel is a hero in this story. Oh, and Cenk is from Turkey.
Yep, I agree.
Cenk and what was her name again? Cenk and Anna Kasparian.
Yeah.
But Anna and Cenk, bro, they've completely lost their minds on this conflict.
But they were already kind of losing their mind even before this happened.
Right.
They're borderline psychotic.
We got someone that keeps spamming the word wrong. Feel free to explain yourself.
I think he means about what the topic we were talking about, that a lot of Persians were Democrats and are going to switch sides.
I know.
It doesn't matter if you don't believe it. You're just going to have to see it.
Well, no, let him explain himself.
But that's what he means.
You should explain yourself instead of just spamming our chat with the word wrong. It does nobody any good. So anyway, let's continue.
My God.
Turn this car around.
And then to blame the Jews, okay? Trump has been dialed in on Iran since the first term. Yes, it helps the Israel.
Trump has been dialed in on Iran since he was in his 20s and 30s.
Hi, Crazy Ange.
We've seen videos from Donald Trump, but when he was in his 30s at least, where he was saying that it's crazy that these Ayatollahs are doing what they're doing. So he's been against this literally before he became president.
I don't know if Trader misunderstood you. Yes, there's a lot of Iranians and that are Trump supporters and voted for Trump. I mean, you're looking at them, right? But he was saying, your point was saying.
No, I was saying that Iranians right now, as a result of what happened, we are all forever grateful to Trump for doing what he's done. We're so happy for Trump, and we're now, I was always on the right, but now we have Iranians who were on the left before now have shifted over to the right and now are starting to listen to Trump and like him and want to vote.
Literally say, I'm sorry. I have some friends that are literally commenting on White House's page and Trump's page on Instagram saying, I'm sorry that I ever doubted you. I'm sorry that I thought these thoughts about you, and that's honestly, it's so nice to hear.
Yeah, so let me just actually put that on. I'll be happy to even put that on here. So we'll go here.
Put what on?
And I have that video of someone apologizing to Trump.
Oh.
Yeah. I literally I have the video.
I don't remember. I don't know. We watch so many videos right now.
Yeah, she made the video and she used AI to help her make it, but it's still her. And I posted it.
That one.
Yes, here we go. Here.
Trump an apology. I owe President Donald Trump an apology. When I first heard him use the term fake news, I dismissed it as political rhetoric. Today, as an Iranian watching my country being destroyed, I understand exactly what he meant. After weeks of nationwide protests in Iran, after the Islamic regime killed 40,000 people or more, CNN was invited into Iran by the Islamic Republic at a time when there are no independent journalists in the country, when ordinary people cannot safely speak to foreign media. They interviewed regime officials.
I just said this is AI, so this is a real person.
He knows her.
And I know her, and she used AI to help her make the video. It's a real person though, and she's tagged in my.
And she literally
Yeah,
That's her.
That's her.
Affiliated
the AI
individuals
board.
and
Shouldn't have done
presented them as ordinary people on the streets of Iran. They interviewed hijab-wearing women aligned with the government, while millions of Iranian women have openly rejected forced hijab at great personal risk. These interviews were used to suggest that nothing is happening, that unrest is caused by terrorists, and that everything is under control. When a regime decides who is allowed to speak and a major international network broadcasts.
Okay, so we got it, and we're gonna move on to.
There's hundreds more actual videos that they're not using AI saying thank you,
Oh,
Trump.
hundreds and hundreds, bro.
Yeah.
It's never ending.
I think she got
in the
shy. That's
region.
why she didn't.
Yeah, I
people
think-
think, oh, let me use AI since it's available. It's not necessarily helpful.
Yeah.
Because she
It
made
helps-
a great video, but it kind of went left because of the AI.
Yeah, because
Even when she
because
posted
even the
it.
algorithms know it's AI, and you tag it as AI, and still, it just doesn't do as well as if somebody just would have done it themselves. But it's okay.
Us even more globally. China was using this country and Venezuela as a forward operating base, sucking up all the cheap oil and throwing missiles and migrants at us. And if we can take control of this situation, we control the Strait of Hormuz, Strait of Gibraltar, Suez, Malacca Straits, Panama Canal, every single global choke point in the entire world. If China tries anything, we turn it off and they can't bring anything into their country by sea. The Democrats have been briefed on this, and they still run to the cameras and scream about nothing. There is legitimate criticisms. You could say Trump is focused overseas, not here. You could say he's going to drive up the price of oil. That's fine. We can have that debate. The price of oil is still lower now than it was for 4 years under Joe Biden. Trump's track record in foreign policy has been exquisite. He has learned a lot from Iraq, and everything he has done has been common sense and surgical. So give the guy a chance. If there's a refugee crisis, if oil goes over $100, fine. You guys can trash him. I'll say things too, but now is not the time.
All right, so what is the time now for this administration? How should they be combating the messaging from particularly Democrat senators and also mainstream media who are looking for any cracks in this incursion?
I consume a lot of media, and I know there are some bad actors in the media, but overall, I have to say, I feel like there's a ton of coverage. I don't think it's all negative. Across the board. Some of it, yes. Some are like the first question being, when is it going to be over? Like when the car ride is going to be over. But overall, I don't think it is that bad. I think they're doing and I think that's partly because the president himself is willing to talk a lot. So you don't have to guess what is he thinking. He will tell you. Just call him and he'll pick up the phone maybe and he'll be able to tell you. Marco Rubio has been very good. General Kane, very good. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth. They're doing regular briefings. Now Caroline Leavitt is out there. So And CENTCOM's briefings have been amazing. So I think that if you're in the administration and you're getting really hung up on what you think the enemy in the mainstream media is saying about you, you're focusing way too narrowly. I don't think the coverage of it is that bad at all. And I think that shows in the polling, even because initially it's 50-50. Okay, but now that was because there was an element of surprise. Let them.
Speed said, this guy looks like a cross between Benjamin Button and Clint Eastwood. I'm dead.
Oh my God, bro.
Explain it. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, but the president said also, I'm not worried about the polling. He's going to do what's right. What bothers me a lot about what Gavin Newsom said is, and then who was the other person that said the same thing?
Van Hollen.
They're all running for president in 2028. What did we find out last week? There was the report that came out that said that Kamala Harris was most hurt with Democrats on the issue of Gaza. So you can you be pro-Jewish people? Can you be pro-Israeli and win in the Democratic Party? Maybe Gavin Newsom is making that calculation. I don't know. He was on with the Pod Save America guys. Next week when he's on with Ben Shapiro, I'm sure he'll say something different. The last thing I would point out is that Hakeem Jeffries got off very easy. He said this week that the troops were going to fail. Wow. That is.
No, they're asking, do the Iranian people own firearms? No, they do not.
It's like absolutely disqualifying behavior going to fail.
When the revolution
that is like, he said this week that the troops were going to fail. Wow. That is like absolutely disqualifying behavior.
Troops are going to fail? What are we talking about? Okay, so
Jeffrey, whatever his name is.
Epstein?
No.
Dahmer?
No, please. No, stop. Don't bring those people into this. We already have to fight the chat all the time about freaking Epstein. Now you brought him up again.
Yeah.
No, what's his name? The guy that's like oh my God, the sombrero guy.
Oh,
What's his name?
You're talking about...
That's what she's talking about.
why am I blanking on his name right now? A minority, Hakeem Jeffries.
Yes, that's who she's talking about, literally.
Yeah.
No, they literally took the weapons of everybody that ever even had guns. And of course, some people like hid their old, like 1929 grandpa's, like probably doesn't work gun, but the citizens of Iran do not have guns.
Thank you, Wilmart. He says, rest in peace to the soldiers who lost their lives and God
100%.
bless their families. Let's focus on that for a minute. Yes, absolutely.
I agree.
That was that is an absolute tragedy. We've seen pictures of them online. We've been supporting them online as best we can.
It's so sad. They're truly heroes.
And I'm talking about Instagram and stuff, and we've seen their pictures, and we're super sad that they lost their lives, and hearts go out to them and their families, man. It's horrible. May they rest in peace. They gave up. It was the ultimate sacrifice. Yeah. But we're gonna be. It's not for nothing, you know. They're changing the world forever. What's just happening right now with Iran becoming free and the Islamic Republic being deleted from the earth is bigger than the fall of the Berlin Wall.
In the olden days of like 3 years
Javid Shah payende Iran
ago, if you had said that and he just gets to walk off scot-free, and like, to me, the media, if you want to focus on somebody who said the wrong thing, I would be focusing on him.
Well, Greg, to Jessica's point, she said that there's a litmus test for frontrunners for the 2028 Democrat presidential nomination. And that is, how do you defend Palestinians? But a lot of these people certainly haven't been defending subjugated Iranian women.
Well, the trend continues. They pick the wrong side every time. Democrats act like the plight.
I want to get to what he says, but I want to read this comment. Alex says, real Persian here. Thank you, USA. May God bless America. God bless Israel. Alex, thank you very much for the comment. And by the way, guys, Alex is echoing how all Iranians feel. All Iranians are forever grateful to Donald Trump, forever grateful to the United States, to Israel, Netanyahu. And again, this is a big reason why Democrats did not want Trump to go do what he did, because they all knew that the Persians would be forever grateful to Israel, which Democrats hate, and America, which Democrats hate their own hate their own country, and Donald Trump, which they hate more than anything in the world.
Somebody asked Medi, what do you think about the son becoming the leader of Iran?
He's just next on the chopping block. I'm about to report probably tomorrow. I'm looking for any moment now. He's going to be eliminated.
Yeah, it's going to happen. They're dumb for appointing anybody because they're just going to be taken down.
If anyone thinks our intelligence and Israeli intelligence and the combination of the two is weak, or that you don't think we can find anyone we want in the world, anywhere in the world, you're about to watch
Machiavelli. You are actually a dumb ass. I'm sorry, because like that, they literally said that Iran bombed that school.
I can just tell you, he's not a real Persian. He said real Persian, but he's not. Real Persians are happy for what's happened.
It doesn't even matter. You could be Persian and be dumb too.
You can, but we see very few of that in life. Alex says, I believe he is hit together with Jannati. Reports are coming out. Please confirm. We'll take a look. I have a source here that does not say that he's been hit yet, so I'll take a look while we're watching this.
Of Kilmar alongside
subjugated Iranian women.
Well, the trend continues. They pick the wrong side every time. Democrats act like the plight of Kilmar Obrego Garcia was worse than women being trafficked, raped, and murdered. They spent more time on that. They spent more time on the freedom of speech of illegal radicals on campus than they did on October 7th. They
Literally.
felt that men in dresses had priority over the kids they wanted to teach. This is their zombie mode. You know, they put polling before people, and they think their polling is based on the loudest voices. They forgot October 7th. That's why you have the plight of the Palestinians, which is a media-generated story. They forgot the tens of thousands of Iranians that have been killed in the last month. They always choose the bad guy because Trump sides with the good. I just want to destroy this World Powers Act.
He said it so well. Trump, it's so crazy. All Trump has to do is side with something that is obviously the right thing to do, or side with someone that's obviously right, or in doing the right thing, and automatically the left will go choose the opposite, the wrong
so
thing.
Simple. They're such haters.
It's just easy. It's so weird.
But it's so how I don't know.
It's like the easiest thing ever. All you gotta do is go like they say. If he comes out in favor of oxygen and breathing to live, they will hold their breath. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
It's literally so funny
If
because
Trump-
I really wish he would. I mean, I would have to like help people, like some of my own friends who are Democrats. I would have to go and help them so they don't die.
Literally, imagine if Trump right now, guys, think about this. If Trump right now said, "I think it's a good idea and it's good to breathe for you to breathe to live," they will hold their breath. Democrats will hold their breath, and we'll have to go save them. Literally, they'll put a plastic bag over their head and choke themselves. Like, it's crazy.
Once and for
Oh my God, it's so funny.
all. You know, I'm not going to notify my wife ahead of time that I'm going to eat at McDonald's.
Newsom is making that calculation. I don't know. He was on with the Pod Save America guys. Next week, he's on with Iranian women.
They will be out there with picket signs going, "We won't breathe.
Oh my God, I can't.
My last breath. This is my last breath." We're like, okay. Like, it's like, what are you talking about?
Oh my God, it's so funny.
Bro.
I don't want to laugh too hard in my jaw.
I know.
I talked all
Well,
day.
the trend continues. They pick the wrong side every time. Democrats act like the plight of Kilmar Obrego Garcia was worse than women being trafficked, raped, and murdered. They spent more time on that. They spent more time on the freedom of speech of illegal radicals on campus than they did on October 7th. They felt that men in dresses had priority over the kids they wanted to teach. This is their zombie mode. You know, they put polling before people, and they think their polling is based on the loudest voices. They forgot October 7th. That's why you have the plight of the Palestinians, which is a media-generated story. They forgot the tens of thousands of Iranians that have been killed in the last month. They always choose the bad guy because Trump sides with the good. I just want to destroy this World Powers Act once and for all. You know, I'm not going to notify my wife ahead of time that I'm going to eat at McDonald's, because she's going to say no, and I'm going to eat there anyway. So why notify? The War Powers Act is just a wife that wants to register a complaint. You just don't do it. You say you left a message. It's stupid. We knew it was going to fail. Trump built a bank of trust. So now it's the time to rely on it. Probably the most peaceful president in his first term that we've ever seen.
Open. Oh, is that why there's so many losers?
What's up, man? No, I thought we put it on what's it called only. We put it on subscriber only mode.
No.
Yeah, it's subscriber only.
Oh my God, no! They opened the gates.
Yeah, they did. Thank you, Jose. Jose says, "Rep America." Thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, "Rep America, what's your opinion about the price about the prince? Should he be the new leader?" Let me put this up. The Prince Reza Pahlavi is a person who has spoken for years about being a transitional figure, not necessarily a leader. He says if it's the people's will and they want to place their vote in a ballot box and vote for me, I will do as they wish and I will serve. Otherwise, I prefer to be a transitional figure, a person that can help transition the country out of the Islamic regime's government
Yep.
into a democratic government, into some type of constitutional
Something
republic.
you could vote on. That's what he means by democratic. Like
and he says, yeah, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
And he's going to basically put it up to the people's votes so they can elect who they want.
And he's trustworthy for our people. Like you don't understand how many people, even back in 1979, when his father was overthrown, regret that they didn't do more to not let that happen. Some of them are our own family members who have said this. So it's unfortunate it happened back then. It's the cycle of life, I guess, right? They say like every 50 something years or whatever. What did they say? Like things like this happen, and it is what it is. And happy Purim to, what's his name? It went away.
I also want to address this comment in the chat. So in the chat, RT said, why don't Democrats want Iranians to be free, but they want Gaza free? I was just explaining
because
that.
Jewish people are involved. Israel is involved.
Yep.
And it's effed up.
Jews want the Iranian regime to stop bombing them. And they also want the Iranian people to be free. The Iranians freed the Jews thousands of years ago, and now they're returning the favor. They want Iranians to be free because if the Iranians are free, not only is it great for humanity, but it's also great for the region. Iran was the state of terror. It was the one that was funding the terrorism. Why do Democrats not want Iranians free? Because if Iranians are free, they're going to be they're going to like Israel and be grateful to Israel more than they are now. They're going to be grateful to United States and America and Donald Trump and more than they are now. And these two things are the two things that Democrats are against. And now they have the entire population of Iranians in the entire planet, for the most part, now are locked in and love Trump, forever grateful to Trump. There are streets right now, they're naming streets after Trump, even before anything's even happened. People are putting their own signs up and saying this is Trump Street.
Yeah, and
imagine the guy is literally. We have video of people renaming their own streets that they live on to President Trump, Donald Trump Street.
And these people who hate Israel and Jewish and Jews and all that, you really have to go and seek some internal help and ask yourself, why is it that one country bothers you so much? And it's the same derangement as why does Trump make you so mad, even though he's over time shown how much he cares for America and the world. So I don't know how to change your mind. I don't think we are going to be the people to change your mind. You're mentally deranged, and I'm not a doctor to fix you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just a fact.
Again, there's nothing Democrats hate more than Trump. Their whole entire life is Trump. All of the politicians that lead the Democratic Party are only about going against Trump. The reason they lost the election, Kamala Harris lost the election to Trump, is because she, instead of coming up with policies and ideas and plans to make lives better for Americans, she focused on Trump being bad. And so for that very reason, Democrats don't want Trump to free people that will then love him, because they want less people to love Trump, not more. Trump just flipped an entire 100+ million Iranians to be fully grateful to Trump and America. Yeah. They did not want that. They're trying and spending all their money to achieve the opposite, and Trump just got everyone dialed in on that. So that's a big thing.
And yet, what's he do? Venezuela,
Who said
tariffs,
MAGA
border.
hates Mexicans? No, we do not.
Or
Mexico.
Idiots. They don't even know.
That is the weirdest thing.
That
People are so random.
How dumb is that?
No, so dumb. Oh my God, forget. I'm not even gonna start.
They have zero brains.
Crime, trans. He's decisive. He tells you what he's going to do. I think he's earned our goodwill.
YouTube can.
And even though we're in the fog of, quote, war, I kind of trust that he put a lot of research before he looks decisive. People go, oh my God, he's so extreme. He's so extreme. No, he does it when he knows there's a high reward. He also does things when he sees free money on the table. And that's why when he does something, I'm wondering, what am I missing? Like Venezuela and what it's doing to Cuba right now. I didn't see that one coming. I think we're still responding to Trump as if he's part of the old system.
I'm going to get to Eric's right here. Eric says, Medi, Republican candidate for Congress named Crystal Baptiste, who is running out of Atlanta for Congress. Your channel, so...
I gave her your channel.
Oh, I gave her your channel? Oh, Congress,
Yeah,
your channel
so
to her team.
That's what he meant.
Maybe reaching out to you, guest on your show. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that, Eric.
Okay, we'll look out for the email or whatever way he's reaching out.
It's like you drove into a gas station in an electric car and you're trying to fill up a gas tank and you don't know where the gas cap is. You know, people think he's acting rashly. No, he's assessing payoff versus risk. Don't get in so you don't have to get out is probably his number one priority. Not only is the status quo not used to this, I think they're embarrassed by it because it's forced everybody to ask themselves, is it really easier than we thought? Mm-hmm. Like, you went into Venezuela and now the president is in a Brooklyn jail and that's never been done. And yet we kept dealing with like all these stupid little half measures and mini measures with Iran, with Venezuela. Oh, let's do this. Let's do an embargo. Let's do this. And the guy says, no, I'm tired of this escalation.
Hi, Michael. Happy
let's
to
just
have you.
flatten it. And then I don't have to go in there, but anything is better than that. I think this is different than Iraq. I think this is different than Afghanistan. But we have to watch. The fact is, we've had...
what's up, Joshua? Good to have you, bro. I've never practiced Zoroastrianism or any religion, to be honest with you. Torin keeps asking if he's allowed to disagree. Yeah, you could disagree. Everyone is disagreeing in the chat.
But I can also call you Dom if I disagree.
I can tell you.
Is that allowed? Or are you going to cry?
We practice freedom of speech on this channel.
Yeah, but if you're going to say some stupid spam stuff like Epstein and Trump is this and that, you're lame.
Someone else said something else in the chat. I was trying to read the chat. Yeah, let's be real, dude. Won the effing lotto, landing this baddie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Speed. It depends. The question is, who won the lotto, her or me?
No, he already said baddie. Are you a baddie?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Free speech, but not idiot speech.
Only I'm allowed to be an idiot speech.
Josh, someone says, haven't I seen you on Goldie's show?
He's talking to somebody.
Oh.
Yeah.
Way more warlike presidents. And we never questioned why they didn't go to war in certain situations, did we? Did we go, why did he go? So now we have the most peaceful president, and we're questioning why he's doing this. I think that we can question, but we can also be patient. He never picks a path that he cannot reverse or adjust. You can't bring a mullah back to life, but they're trying. So,
well, that's going to be a long process.
Yes.
Be sure to.
Do you think it's racist or Islamophobic to highlight and try to stop fraud?
It is not, and I certainly
It's not, but that was the message your administration was sending to multiple whistleblowers.
I can't speak
for
that.
You can't speak to that. No, you don't want to.
This is where it starts.
I am, Congressman.
Got it. It provides services for autism patients. Is that right?
That is correct.
Got it. And when did you become governor?
In January of 2019.
In 2019. Okay. So using 2018 as a baseline, do you know what that program paid in Medicaid claims?
I do not, Congressman.
It's about $671,000. Do you know what that program paid in Medicaid claims in 2024?
I don't have the number in front of me.
$342 million. That's about a 500x increase over 6 years. Was there 500 times the number of autism patients in that time period?
I couldn't speak specifically to it, but I will say, Congressman,
Let's hope he goes to jail. But a
Dude,
lot of these
do you
people just
understand what
somehow
he just
have
said?
immunity.
Did you understand what he just said? 500 times increase in the money that's being spent on autism.
How is that even?
And that's why he's like, was there, in your district, was there a 500x increase? Not 500 people more.
No, I know.
500 times more.
It's insanity.
It's crazy.
That doesn't
Maybe they
sound
all got
reasonable,
the,
right? You don't think
that-
there was a 500x increase in the number of autism
No, I think-
patients in 6 years, right?
Correct, and that's why we ordered on-site visits starting back in 2024.
So we agree that doesn't sound reasonable. Would you
Somali, not Ethiopia, Somali autism.
also agree that a single
Oh my God.
taxpayer dollar wasted on fraud is a dollar too much to tolerate?
Yes.
Yep. And would you agree that as governor, ultimately you're responsible if tax dollars are defrauded?
Yes, I would agree.
Yep. Would you also agree that calling somebody racist is a serious accusation?
If they are racist, I think it's
I'm
probably
asking
accurate.
you, is that a serious accusation to make about somebody?
I think it's just an observation of reality.
All right, well,
You're
let's go there. Is
absolutely
a
right.
racist for...
You're absolutely right. He looks like Superman, bro. Love Brandon Gill, bro. He's one of the best too. He's so good.
For a government official to identify fraud?
No.
No. Is it Islamophobic?
Yeah. Man,
To identify
that was
fraud?
A great
To identify fraud?
No, I don't believe it would be.
How?
Min says, may I put a pin in the moment?
That's going too fast.
The Texas elections, we list 3 dummies of weight, including Crockett.
We lost. Yes, we did.
Crockett lost, but she lost it to another Democrat.
It doesn't matter. It's still better than her right now.
Well, yeah, that's for sure. We're glad
Let's
to see
hope.
her go.
How come multiple whistleblowers have said that your administration told them not to say anything about widespread fraud across multiple agencies because doing so would be considered racist or Islamophobic?
I can't speak to it
He's
because it's not
literally
anything I
pooping
would
in his
say.
diaper.
Well, that's what your administration has said and has told whistleblowers. And as you just testified, the buck stops with you. That's what you stated in your statement whenever you announced you weren't running again. Are you familiar with Faye Bernstein?
That's a good point. Someone
yes,
said
I'm
so.
familiar with the name.
Autism is
She's a
not on the rise. It's just a money grabbing scheme. Is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Like so the statistics might not be actually real on
Yeah.
like the autism on the rise.
Yeah.
It's just a fraud thing and they need the numbers for it. Oh my God, you just blew my mind.
And not only is it happening in Minnesota, it's been we now have been uncovering it in, I believe, Maine and some other states. Yeah, it's like we're about to go through
I
the
didn't
whole
know
United
that.
States. Yes, yeah, it's not. Autism is a thing, but it's been completely blown out of proportion for these people to make millions of dollars.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Democrat, isn't she?
I wouldn't know that.
She stated publicly that she's a
Same as trans kids. Yeah, people aren't, dude. Yes, yeah.
Democrat. She's only
We could talk
voted
about that for
Democrat
a long
in her life. She's also stated publicly that she
can't
was
wait till
retaliated against
this
and
stuff
called
is over
racist
and we
and that
could
her
go back
work
to-
responsibilities
Sorry,
were
I'm talking
diminished
over
whenever
him.
she was...
But I can't wait till all this stuff is like over and we go back to like our normal Rep America conversation. Remember we used to talk about trans and like made fun of stuff that was like, lighter and fun.
Yeah, we had facts and we had some fun perspectives and opinions, and we had a good time. And we're back. We're gonna jump back into it. We've been back into
Like
it.
more American stuff because I'm not saying, you know what I mean? But it was
I know.
so fun.
I know. We will. That's what we're doing right now. A little bit. And we got to get back to Jesse Lee Peterson,
The Great White Hope.
and so we got more. Dude, we got more to go. I was about to call out
That's okay.
someone's chat. California. California. We're gonna get a Republican governor, hopefully.
highlighting fraud within your administration. Are you familiar with that?
I couldn't speak to
Why do you think
specific
she would
allegation.
Why do you think she would say that?
You're right, bro.
I can't
What?
speak for
You
what
have
she
no
would think.
idea.
I do not.
You would agree that the
he's
tone in your administration comes from you ultimately, right?
The tone is that.
The tone of how you might deal with whistleblowers.
Why is he
Right, we
acting
protect
dumb?
them.
Wait, it doesn't say
Who?
No, Waltz.
Because he is
Like
dumb.
he's like, oh, I don't know what that means. Oh, I don't know. It's like, no, then just say,
watch-
I'm not gonna answer then.
Watch what he says. He goes, so you don't know anything?
Yeah, okay,
Watch.
exactly.
Watch this,
I
watch
was
this.
like gonna say,
Watch this.
I'm getting pissed off.
I remember he says it somewhere.
sound like you're
Hans is like, he's
protecting
always
them.
like
We-
this.
Heard from Representative Kristen Robbins, quote, we have dozens of credible whistleblower reports saying the exact same thing, that people were told not to say anything because they'd be called racist or Islamophobic or it would hurt the state. Do you think it's racist or
You're sweet,
Islamophobic
thank
to
you.
highlight and try to stop fraud?
It is not, and I certainly wouldn't
It's
know.
not, but that was the message your administration was sending to multiple whistleblowers.
Yep.
I can't speak to that.
You can't speak to that. You don't want to speak to that, I think.
I have over
He says, I can't speak to, you don't want to speak to that.
40,000
be
employees,
retaliated
Congressman.
against?
Pardon me?
Do you think whistleblowers should be retaliated against?
Absolutely not. They have strong protections in Minnesota and lots of paths. And the paths go for
That's
the
not
OLA.
what we're hearing from whistleblowers. Faye Bernstein, who, again, has stated that she is a Democrat, she's only ever voted Democrat, says
That
that, she
doesn't
was
matter whether
subjected
she's
to, quote,
Democrat
a
or Republican.
smear campaign for trying to make leadership aware of illegal contracting practices. Why do you think that happened?
I can't speak to that, Congressman, because we don't do it.
You just don't know anything?
I do know that we have strong whistleblower protections.
You don't know anything?
I do know
Oh my
that
God, I needed it to be on
we
a
don't we have strong
soundbite
whistleblower
now. So
protections.
you don't
that I
know
can't
anything?
speak
That's not
on
what
the
the
sound.
So you
I
don't
do
know
know
anything?
that Congressman, because we don't do it.
You don't know anything?
I do know
that should be on the soundboard.
That's what I just
Let
said.
me mark it. 449. 449. Let me copy this.
No, literally. Like, why are you on this hearing if you're not going to answer one thing? Like,
that we don't, because we don't do it.
You don't know anything?
Oh my
I do know
God,
that
I love this.
Congressman, because we don't do it.
You don't know anything?
Oh,
I do know that we don't.
anybody
We have
can
strong
have a
whistleblower
beautiful
protections, and I
wife
can't
or
speak.
a
That's not what the
husband. You just have
whistleblowers
to be
are
a
saying.
good person.
According to another
Make
report,
money.
quote, there's just
Are you trying to tell them how?
No. Be sweet. Like, be a man. Like, provide and love me. No, not me, but, love whoever. And, like, find your, like, partner where you can build with, too. That's really important. But make money.
Be a man. Be a man, bro.
And be a man is making money,
Be
dude.
what your name is. This is Alpha Villa. You need to be an alpha. You need to be a man, bro.
And I know we make fun of the words alpha, beta, and things like that.
yeah.
Medi's also a soft human, and he's so loving.
But
he's a man,
I will also put my foot down, and it's my way or the highway when it has to be, when I have to make the decision for everyone.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? And you just have to be able, you have to be man enough to be able to do that. And a lot of times you can't do it until you establish yourself, you get yourself into some kind of financial freedom, you get yourself into some kind of, I don't know, whatever it is that you got to do for yourself, bro.
But he definitely is a lover, but he's an alpha too. And Laura, I have never been called a man, but I like it.
Yeah. So
if I look trans, you're fucked.
I love it. Let's keep going.
just a continuous effort to stifle you, to shut you up, and it's impossible to overcome. Your administration's response to whistleblowers has also been described as, quote, nearly unbearable retaliation. We've heard claims that, quote, they've been denied
this is true.
vacations, promotion.
Guys, this is true to some extent. If you have money, you have honey. That is true. But you also gotta just be, and here's another thing is you can't act like a man.
The whole time.
You can't just act like a man. You know what I mean?
You gotta be
a man.
one.
You gotta be able to put your foot down. You gotta be able to make decisions. You gotta be able to be okay with making the wrong decisions. There's a lot of stuff that goes along with it.
I met plenty of men who had money and they were just losers. I don't know how to explain it. Loser is my favorite word.
Yeah.
It goes in many ways, but they were just losers, They weren't funny. They didn't have a good personality. They were workaholics, but in like a weird way, where they didn't I don't know.
Joshua's right. Walk into a room and own the room. Yeah, that's a big one. That is a thing. Absolutely.
I love that, Hans. He said, my wife picked me when I was broke and I was working hard and treated her right. Yeah, it's not even just about that. We've had highs and lows in our relationship with money and things like that. But because he's a man, I know he will, do it.
There was times when I was super, super good to go financially. And there was times when I was actually went broke while I was with her. So
Yeah.
And then
so I joke about like, oh, but I always knew he's determined.
I went to 0, and that's actually what I've told people in this live stream. If you watched me before, I am the person that has gone from hero to 0 more than anyone I've ever met. I've been to 0 more than anyone I've ever met. But when you become a hero and you know what you're doing, when you know how to make money, when you know how to be successful, even if you go to 0, you're not scared of it. It doesn't freak you out because you know you can, like that, just boom, right back. So that's a thing.
But these chats literally distract us. I'm sorry. Let's go back to what we were watching.
Yeah, we'll go back. Something else I was going to say. Someone said something in the chat. I was married twice. Mexico ends. Oh, someone said.
Who's being mean to Jennifer?
No,
I kicked their butt.
Really?
Yeah, somebody was being mean to Jennifer. Good. Men got him.
Someone said, this person said, USA ends with I can, not Iran. And I just want to speak to that a little bit. First of all, it's America or American. American ends with I can.
I think that's what he meant.
And Iran ends with Iran. So one thing that
we're actually going to talk to this person. Did you see their screen name? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I really don't care. I just wanted to speak about this in general. And I've said this before. You guys may not understand this now, but freeing Iran and taking those people out of that prison that they were in that country, 90 million people are going to become liberated. And that's a very Western country. Iran and Iranians are some of the most westernized or Western people mentality. They're totally Western, and you're going to see the most beautiful thing come out of that country, and it's going to be the most America-loving country, and it's going to be the greatest partner and the greatest, most amazing thing that you're ever going to see happen as a result of this. That's why I say
it's going to be
what happened with Iran is bigger than the fall of the Berlin Wall, and it just I keep forgetting to go to this screen for the bigger screen. I guess we could have done that. But it's bigger than the fall of the Berlin Wall, you guys. It's just a massive thing, and I just can't wait for it to kind of come into fruition and finally happen, and for us to get to that part where we're all looking at the benefits of it, and it's touching all of our lives. It's gonna
and I can't wait to come back on this chat and say, I told you so. And literally laugh in your face, because it's like my favorite thing to do is laugh.
Kev Dog, we're gonna have a great relationship with a country that is another country that has a major amount of oil.
Sure.
So it'll be fantastic. It'll be awesome. Okay, Iran is super great. Iran was a super great place until they overthrow back in the day. Look at old videos, 100%. Mike Lysol is right, buddy.
And that it's hurt people's careers to speak out against fraud. Do you think that had something to do with the prevalence of fraud in your administration?
I can't speak to it, but
are you going to take responsibility for this?
I supervise 40,000 employees. State agencies have their own.
You supervise a lot of employees, and as you have said, the buck stops with you. And your administration has treated whistleblowers like absolute dirt, and that's a big reason why we've seen so much of our hard-earned tax dollars defrauded.
Look, Congressman, I told you we have strong protections. We have an office of
This committee has
legislative auditor.
spoken to nearly 30 whistleblowers.
What kind of request? What do you got, bro? I'm an infidel.
I am an infidel.
I'm an infidel. Says, do you take requests? What's
Not
the request?
from that kind of screen.
Yeah. Love Persian and Israeli women, 100%. So do I, sir. His wife let him go to work with Superman.
I know, man. Did you see that? Remember we used to do palate cleansers? What is up with the curl?
Oh, man. His wife let him go to work with the Superman curl, dude.
Let him. Keyword let him.
She knows. She knows what's up with that, bro.
She's like, if I have to watch your episode, I want to be turned on.
But she's asking for trouble letting him out like that.
It's okay. When you know your man, you can let them out and they'll come back.
Look at that Superman curl, though.
It's so cute.
And they
Most
came
of which
to
are current employees in your administration who have intimate knowledge of what's been going on. who have all stated that they faced retaliation for calling out fraud.
I can't speak to them what they felt.
And time is up. I yield back.
First of all, Governor Walz, when did your administration?
What does he say?
First of all, Governor Walz. Okay, let's look at some live cams real quick. So we're looking at Beirut, Tel Aviv, Jerusalem. And then let's go to our boy, Mr. Lookner. Oh, he's off. He's off.
Base at 0812 hours local time. The command building folds inward. Fuel.
What happened?
Final solution. The pilot squeezes the release. 2,500 pounds drop away and the ROM jumps, nose pitching up from the sudden weight loss. The fly-by-wire connecting before the pilot's hands can. Below the jet, the solid rocket motor lights. The weapon punches through the sound barrier in seconds, trailing a wide exhaust plume that the pilot can see shrinking in his rearview mirrors as the missile climbs away on a ballistic arc toward Tehran. 11 more ROMs released within seconds of each other. 12 weapons, now accelerating beyond anything Iran can intercept at this phase of flight, arcing east. A Tomahawk from Iraq needs 45 minutes to reach Tehran. These weapons need minutes. That gap is the entire ballgame. 45 minutes gives Iranian radar operators time to detect, track, get authorization, and fire. Minutes gives them time to watch the impact on the news. Spent rocket boosters will tumble into fields across eastern Iraq. Austin analysts will photograph them within hours. But right now, 12 warheads are converging on Pastor Street. The Tomahawks are 10 minutes from the Gulf Coast, and the air defense batteries the Lucas drones have been emptying all morning are running out of things to shoot. At 0810, everything arrives at once. The standoff weapons hit Tehran first. Supersonic warheads arriving with functionally zero warning time. The office of the Supreme Leader on Pasteur Street takes multiple direct hits. An Airbus satellite passing overhead captures the aftermath. Several buildings inside the compound reduced to broken concrete, smoke columns punching through the morning air. Within minutes, the F-35 Ayadirs crossed the border carrying JDAMs and GBU-39 small-diameter bombs. This is where the F-35 sensor fusion earns every dollar of its price tag. The pilot rolling in on the Ministry of Defense does not flip between radar screens, infrared feeds, and threat displays. The jet's computers merge everything. Its own sensors, Link 16 data from every aircraft in the formation, and satellite imagery into one picture. He sees every Iranian radar still operating within 200 miles, every friendly aircraft, the GPS coordinates of 3 buildings he's about to put a bomb through. One screen, one picture. Like driving with a GPS that shows every traffic camera, speed trap, and pothole, all updated in real time. Iran spent 30 years building an integrated air defense network. The F-35 turned it into a highlight reel. He rolls the Adir onto its back at 25.
What's up?
میتونیم بریم دیگه.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we're going to call it a night. It's 9:30, and we got some other things to do. I got work to do before.
We want to read.
Well,
He's going to read to me, actually.
I got work to do before my day starts tomorrow as well. I'll be back on with you guys tomorrow. I might do a live in the morning.
Tell him about the book we're going to read.
We're by the way, guys, we're reading Senator John Kennedy's book, by the way. So that's a good one, by the way. Hold on.
It's okay. We can show you the next time.
No, they want to see it right now before we go.
Where is it? Oh, you haven't even took it out. Yeah, he's going to read to me, and it's going to be so cute. Yes, of course, The Art of the Deal is a great book. He should read it. How to test negative.
Oh, hold on. We need
Oh
to
my
do
God,
a flip.
that's great.
We need to flip
That's
this.
what we're reading?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah, dude. Let me flip our screen. Hold on one second.
Mr. Something, glad you found us too, but I'm not always on with him. So a lot of times it's Medi, and he's great. He's great actually alone.
You know what I gotta do?
Yeah.
I gotta go like this, and yeah, you don't look. Wait.
Oh, I don't look. Okay.
Yeah, I have to get out. Senator John Kennedy, bro. How to test negative for stupid.
It's doing it.
Just like
you
that.
just went out of the screen. But
So that's the book we're going to read.
oh, it's such a small book.
Yeah,
You'll finish
it's
it
not
so
a crazy
fast.
book.
How to test for stupid. Oh no, how to test negative for stupid.
Yeah, and so it already started out. I read just the first page and it was phenomenal. I'll tell you guys more about it. I'm so glad I got this book. So excited. I got the hardcover as I do with most of my books because I'm gonna keep these and we're gonna go through this and make sure.
Min said it's gonna be. Y'all will be laughing. Oh my god, I'm excited. If it's a funny book.
Yeah, I can't wait. I still haven't read it yet. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining the stream.
And Mr. Hands Song Games, we read all types of books, but I love when people judge people.
Yeah.
Bye, loser.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you again for joining the stream and subscribing. Thanks for liking the stream. Thanks for subscribing and all that, guys. I really appreciate you guys. And we will be back on very, very soon. Thank you for all the super chats. That was awesome. That was really cool. Right on. Good night, guys. Bye-bye.